Hi everyone, welcome back to Earl Grey Books. I'm Ellie and I'm here today to do to start the first vlog of I Let My Friends Pick My TBR series for this year. We are starting off with the extremely lovely Meredith from Reading with Merb. And I don't want to play favorites, but I'm really excited for these books. So it's going to be fun. I'm going to tell you about them very briefly. I will link the video in which I went through everyone's picks down below. But it is the 3rd of Jan today. This video is going out at the end of Feb, so I wanted to start it as early as possible so that I do have enough time to read these books. There are 4 of them, but there are also 6 of them. And we'll get into that. So let's start with these. And yeah, I wanted to start this today because I wanted to start one of these books. I'm really excited for it, and I felt like I should start the video before I actually started reading it. So the 4 I have here, just very quickly, are A Lady for a Duke by Alexis Hall, which is the one I want to start. Honey and Issues, A Guide to Fake Dating by Abdia Jagadia. Descendant of the Crane by Joan He. And Crystal Crowned by Elise Cover. Now, this is the reason that there are technically 6, because this is the 5th book in the series, which I've never read before. And you can't really see, but down here I have books 3 and 4 to reread, so I need to do that before getting to it. They're at the bottom of the pile, so I'm not going to move them because I can't be bothered. And I need to read those. I think I'm started book 3 and I think I'm probably about 1/3 of the way through. So I'm going to try and finish that this week so that I can read Water's Wrath, which is book 4, and then I don't know, maybe that one in the next 2 to 3 weeks, and then this one after that. But like I said, I want to start with this one. I'm really excited for this one. I actually bought this one while I was in Dimmicks with Meredith and also with Kat and Zoe. I've talked about this so many times, this little tiny meetup that we did, because it was so much fun. Yeah, it was just really nice to hang out in a little group and do some book shopping and eat some food and all that. Anyway, I'm really excited for this because I feel like I'm in a romancy mood. I'm reading other romance things at the moment, and I just feel like, yeah, this is also the only one that Meredith picked that I didn't own at the time. And I'm just in the mood for it. So I'm going to start with this one. It's kind of early in the morning. I just had my breakfast and I've got a cup of tea. I'm just waiting for that to be cool enough to drink. And then I have to film some videos and things. But I think while I just sit here and have my cup of tea, I'm going to start this. I probably will only read, I don't know, the first chapter or so, but at least if I've started it, that's something. So I'm going to do that, and then I will come back, probably, I don't know, if I'm further through this, or if I finish it and I've got other things to tell you about, I will do it then. I'm also doing 4 different vlogs at the moment, so that's fun. But I will catch you all next time when I have things to update you on.
Okay, hello, I am here. It's been I think 2 and a bit weeks maybe since I last updated you. It's the 19th of Jan today. As you can probably tell, I'm sick, and I feel like Meredith is going to be in the comments saying, what are you doing? I thought you were on a break. You should have been on a break. Like, what are you doing filming clips for my vlog when you're sick? Like, go rest. I feel like that's very much Meredith's vibe. So, sorry, but I didn't plan to film any of this. I just wanted to jump on because I think I want to start one of the others. I haven't finished A Lady for a Duke yet. I'm just not in the historical romance mood right now. I really liked what I have read of it. I should probably tell you what that is. I am not prepared. So, here's a distraction. Say hi to Meredith. Say hi. Say meow. Okay. He enjoys his reflection a lot. So I think, I don't know, I'm on page 106. Can't remember when the last time I updated you was. I did really enjoy that. I'm just not in the historical romance mood right now, but I think I'm going to try and come back to this before the end of the month. It was about 2 or 3 days ago that I started to panic and realized that I didn't really give myself enough time for this. Like, I definitely should have started reading these in December, especially since Meredith had told me way ahead of time what she'd picked. But I'd wanted to film that original TBR before I read any of the books, so I couldn't have started any earlier, but I wish that I did. But since I'm not really feeling that, I should probably read the Elise Covers so that I can read the 5th one. But I'm also not really feeling that either. I think that maybe I don't know. I should pick that up. Maybe next weekend I will make it my goal to finish Earth's End and maybe start on book 4. But like I said, I don't remember, just had a bad coughing fit. I'm in a fantasy mood, and I thought I'd start Descendant of the Crane instead. So yeah, I'm gonna start this now. It's Thursday. I always spend Thursday nights at my partner's house, and yeah, he's on his way home from work, I think in like an hour. It's already like 6:30, so I've got a little bit of time to kill before he's here, and I want to start this because I'll probably end up taking this one to his house tonight for a little bit of reading, but I want to start it and see, because I don't know, I feel like this it kind of sucks to like go to his house or to go anywhere and like you take a book with you and then you don't want to read that book and you don't have anything with you. So like I want to start it to make sure that I'm in the mood for it. I'm taking my Kindle anyway because I always read that on the train to work, and I'm going to work tomorrow morning. So I don't know. I will start this now and see how we go. I'm hoping that this will be kind of quick. I don't know. It's like not super short, but it's not really that long either. Yeah, I'm just hoping it's fast paced enough to sort of grab me right now and all that. So I definitely need to go and rest my voice. I'm going to do that. I'm going to read this and I'll catch you all probably either at the end of the weekend or afterwards, depending on how much of this I read. I'll see you all soon. Please don't yell at me, Meredith. I'm doing this for you.
Hello my friends, I'm doing better. It's been a couple of days. It's now the 30th and I finally finished a book. How good is that? This video goes up in I think like 23 days and I finished one. But that one was Descendant of the Crane. I have my little last to read book club bookmark in here. I haven't really talked about these, and I'm sure Meredith won't mind if I plug my own thing here, but Mel, Lana and I have released a bunch of bookmarks for our book club. They're not necessarily related to the book club. We have an Etsy that I always link down below in my description. This is one of them. This says The Chaos is Here and has a little cow because we love cows, and then it's just plain on the back. But there's that little plug, and let's actually talk about this book. So I honestly didn't really know anything about this before going into it. I bought Joan He's other book I think a few weeks before I bought this one, and then I didn't even read it, and I was like, oh, I want the other one. So I did that, and I really liked this. I'm so surprised to realize that on Goodreads it had like a 3.62 average rating or something like that, because I had a really good time reading this. I can understand why it has a low rating. It's very kind of quiet fantasy. It is very political and like historical, and so I can understand why people wouldn't like that. And it's quite slow, and you know, there isn't really any romance or anything like that. There's a little hint, but not much. But I just had a really, really good time reading it. So I finished it on Friday. It's Monday now, and I thought I'd just give myself the weekend to marinate my thoughts and feelings on it. And yeah, I did just really, really enjoy it. So I'm really glad that I got to read this one. That's been a kind of a theme with a couple of the other things I've been reading for my friend picks so far, of like, I'm just kind of glad that my friends picked those books because I've enjoyed the ones I've read. And same with this one. I do still have that other Joan He on my shelf, and I'm also really wanting to read her new one. I'm hoping that I may get the chance to sneak that into ATBR in Feb or March for something, but I'm waiting to hear about that. But yeah, just had a real good time with this. And then I think my next plan is going to be over the next 2-3 days to finally finish off Earth's End, which isn't even part of this video, but I need to read it so that I can move on to Water's Wrath, and then finally Crystal Crowned, which is the book that is actually part of this video. So I'm kind of hoping by the end of this week or maybe mid next week that I've read those two, and that I can go into Crystal Crowned when I'm ready. So that's that. I still haven't read any more of Lady for a Duke, but I just haven't really had the time to. I'm hoping that I will read a little bit of this over the next few days as well. I don't imagine I will finish it, but I'd like to just slowly ease back into it. And then I'm also thinking first week of Feb I will try and probably read Honey and Issues Guide to Fake Dating, which is the final book of this video. Yeah, I'd like to get through those. I have a lot of other things I need to read in Feb, so I'm hoping if I get through them, then I will have a little extra time to do other things and all that. But that being said, I have about 3 other vlogs that I need to update today, so I'm going to jump in and do that, and I will be back. I will probably just very quickly come on and let you know that I've finished this one and book 4, and that I'm moving on to book 5, and if I have started the others or read any more, I'll let you know. Hello, we're back. I have things to tell you about this time, which is exciting. So first thing is that I finished Earth's End, which isn't even part of this vlog, but I finally finished it yesterday. It is the 9th of February, so that was good. I finished it, absolutely hated it. We'll talk about that more in my vlog for February. Generally, I think. Just wanted to make a note that I'm going to start Water's Wrath sometime soon. We'll again talk about that in a second. But I also last night started Honey and Issue's Guide to Fake Dating, because I have been doing my last essay for the semester these last few days. I was just feeling very stressed about it, and just, yeah, had an otherwise stressful week, and I was like, I just want something easy to read, and I have 2 books that I am reading just like for other vlogs, and I really need to finish them, but they're both ones that I have to pay a lot of attention to, and I was just so tired, so I thought I'd start this. I read the first 87 pages. I had read a bit of this before. I think I'd read like 30 or so pages and just didn't really grab me. Definitely enjoying it more this time around. And yeah, I don't really have a plan on when I'm going to finish this one. Like I said, I have those 2 other books for other things. I'm hoping to finish those in the next 2 days. So after that, I have a little bit more of time to read other things. One of them is for a video that's already out, in which I read the Goodreads winners of the last decade. I have 1 book left to read for that, and I'm more than halfway through, but I really need to finish that, and I want to finish that by Friday. And yeah, the other one is Babel, which is a library book. So I'm hoping to read both of those, and once I have finished those, I feel like I can swing back around to focusing on these again. Honestly, I might finish this one this weekend. I don't know. I do need to read this so that I can at least get to Crystal Ground, because yeah, I have already pushed this vlog back like a week, and it is on the last day that I am posting in Feb right now, so I need to get to things, because otherwise it's not going to happen. But yeah, I think I will finish this weekend, and I may try and get to this. We'll see how much reading I feel like doing and all that kind of stuff. And of course that does mean that I have 2 left to go. Obviously Crystal Crowned I cannot start until I have finished this one. I just realized, I don't know if it's because I think the rest of my copies of the series are arcs, or whether this is just because it is new. I got this one quite a few years after the other ones, and it has illustrations in each of the chapters, I think. I think it just, well, that's the same one. I think it alternates between Vala and Aldrich, which is pretty cool. So yes, coming to that. And yeah, my essay was on Downton Abbey. I feel like this clip is very chaotic. My essay was on Downton Abbey, so I'm very much feeling in the historical romance vibe at the moment. I'm also meeting Julia Quinn like next weekend. So I'm very much feeling the kind of Downton Abbey, Bridgerton vibes right now. So I think next week I will try and get back to this and finish it off. And that's it. I don't know, this feels simultaneously like a lot and also completely achievable. And that, I don't know, I think it's just because like I marked a couple of things off my to-do list today, so I'm just feeling a little bit more like, cool, you've got this, awesome, good luck. And we'll see how that pans out. All right, I will hopefully be back maybe Tuesday if I have finished either one of these to let you know about it. Okay, hello. I have things to update you on. It is the 20th today. Don't know when I last updated you, but very quickly I finished Water's Wrath. Didn't hate this one as much as the third one, and I have now started Crystal Crowned, and we'll come back to that in a second, but just wanted to mention I'll talk about this one more in my Feb vlog, but it's done. And I also finished A Lady for a Duke, and I didn't really like this. I gave it 3 stars. Okay. What to say about this? One, I think it is... Sorry, my neighbours are screaming if you can hear that. I don't think you can, so I'm going to keep going. It's way too long. It did not need to be this long. And I don't know, the pacing was really strange. Things that I kind of thought would... I don't know, it kind of hit the somewhat usual like beats of a historical romance, but it's weird. I don't know, it kind of felt like I was just on the outside observing it, and I didn't really feel that much of a connection to any of the characters, and I don't know. I can't speak to the rep. I am not trans, but I will find some reviews, some own voices reviews, and link them below. In terms of that, I haven't seen anyone say anything bad in the sort of, I haven't really looked at a lot of reviews for this, but I haven't really seen anyone raise any red flags in terms of that. But I didn't love the representation of disability in this. It's hard because it is historical, and so a lot of these things don't really have terms at that time, and things that we would call now, terms that we would use now didn't exist, and it would have been strange if it was in there. But so the love interest, the Duke of Gracewood, Justin, that's a whole other thing. I can't get over his name being Justin. I don't know why. Honestly, I picture like Justin Timberlake in like Regency garb. If I can, I'm gonna Photoshop that, because with the frosted tip, like very 90s JT, that is an image, and I feel like that needs to be shared. That needs to be shared with the world. He just refers to himself as like a cripple a lot, and for me, that's one of those words that's up there with like the R word in terms of ableism. I think it's a real shitty word and I absolutely hate it. And anytime I see it used in a book or in just, everyday talk or, online and things like that, it just gives me the shivers. I hate it. I think it's a disgusting word. And that's just personal preference. I know some people, other people with disabilities, are fine with that, and people have reclaimed it and all that, but personally I think it's a shitty word. I don't know, I didn't really enjoy the discourse around his disability. There's a lot of he's broken and he's not the same, and he was injured during the Napoleonic War, but I just felt like it's not a huge deal isn't made about Viola being trans, and it's just, I kind of wish that the disability had been treated in the same way of it's a thing, and I don't know, it was kind of a plot point, and I just didn't like it. So I gave it 3 stars, and yeah, I didn't absolutely hate it, but it has kind of made me question whether I actually like Alexis Hall's writing. I also just didn't connect with the romance. I don't know, it wasn't the focus of the story as much as I thought it would be, and I feel like had there been more of that, I would have enjoyed it more, but I just wasn't completely sold on, I won't deny that the love between the characters is obvious, but I just felt like I wanted more. Yeah, I just wanted more, but I don't know what more I wanted. But yeah, it did kind of make me question whether I like the way that Alexis Hall writes romances. I've read boyfriend material before and I enjoyed it at the time, but now, sorry, it's over there, which is where I'm looking. Now I'm kind of questioning whether I actually did really enjoy it, because I remember having a couple of issues with it that I think I also had with this one. I have one more of his books on my shelves, something fabulous, so maybe I'll give that one a go in a couple of months' time and see. But yeah, I'm just not feeling super sure about whether he is a writer for me or not. But we're done. Now, the idea is to have this video done by Friday because it has to go up on Monday. So I need it done by Friday morning so that I can edit and upload it, because I have to work this weekend, which I don't usually do, but I have to do it this weekend to cover my staff who are away. So yes, I want to be finished by Friday morning, which means today is Monday. I have just work tomorrow and Tuesday, and then I have the next few days off to make up for the weekend shifts. And my goal today is to finish Honey and Issue. I think, yeah, I'm 87%, I wish. I'm 87 pages in. I think it will be a super quick read because I read that in 25 minutes. So I think that I can easily do that by the end of the day. I don't have a whole lot of other things to do today. Because I have work tomorrow and I had a really big weekend, I'm just kind of doing a few chore sort of things and some blogging and stuff like that. So that's my goal for today, is by the end of tonight to have finished this, and I will, if I finish this afternoon, I'll come back on. If I finish it tonight, I will come on after work. But then in theory that would then give me kind of 2.5 days to read this. And I have started, I'm on page 29, which is chapter 4, and I am enjoying this one so far. This is new to me. I had reread the rest of the series, but this one I hadn't read before, so I think I'm enjoying it more because of that, because I don't know what's going to happen. And yes, it's pretty short, but yeah, I do have 2.5 days to read it if I need that, and then I'll be done, which will feel pretty good. I'm excited to move on to some of the others that I am doing in this series, and yeah, you'll see Mel's in March if all goes to plan. But for now, I will see you all maybe this afternoon if I finish this one. I hate this. I really hate this. I'm literally only 56 pages in, which is like halfway. Oh, it's almost the end of chapter 6. And I really don't like this. I don't think I want to continue it even. It's just like a cycle where the characters keep doing basically the same thing that they were doing before. They just keep repeating it. Literally, like, Vala, the main character, is like, okay, we've got to, like, stay out of trouble, and then immediately throws herself into trouble. And, like, it would be fine if it's like, you know, like, she's a good person, she wants to protect her people, cool, whatever. But my god, just for once, can, like, you and your friends just not? Can you just, like, keep going just for once? Can you just not? That sounds bad, like, just let your people die. But, like, for God's sakes, like, she just keeps ending up in these situations, and it doesn't add anything to the story. And I think I'm done with this series. This is a letdown because I was a huge fan of this series. I was literally part of the ARC team for the first 4 books, and I considered it one of my favorite series of all time, and now I've hated it. Like, I really haven't enjoyed. I still liked books 1 and 2, I think, but now I'm like, I read those a while ago as well, and now I'm like, was that just like a nostalgia thing? And if I reread them now, would I hate them? Because this feels like literally, like, it makes me want to put my head through a wall. I wasn't even gonna film tonight. It's Tuesday. It's like 7:30, not even, it's almost 8. And I was like, I'm too tired after work, I will just film in the morning, and I'll update everyone then, and I'll just read this tonight. I'll read, like, I don't know, for 20-25 minutes. Fletchy just sat down on me, as you can see, and yeah, I was like, I'll just, like, sit here for 25 minutes, and while he's being a bit of a, I don't know, like a roly-poly. You can't really see, but he is, like, straight up stretched out. That makes it look like he's lying in a normal position. He's not. He's, like, half twisted his body. I don't know what that's about. And, yeah. And then I just got to this part, and I don't like the writing. I think that's part of the problem, where sometimes it's totally fine, And then sometimes it just feels so forced that I'm like, can't do it. So I think I'm gonna DNF this, and I might come back to it in a month or two. Probably not. I don't know. I'm not gonna like unhaul it yet. I'm gonna keep it for a little bit, and then if I still feel, I don't know, because part of me is kind of hesitant to part with this because I did love the series so much the first time, but I also just don't see myself really coming back to this. I don't know. He's just pushing himself further and further into this like weird position. Anyway, I'm done. I'm not going to do it anymore, I don't think. That was the sound of my door. Yeah, no. I just read something that happened and nope. That's it. That's it. So with that is actually the end of my reading, because I did finish Honey and Issue last night. I really enjoyed this one, thank God. I thought it was adorable. I had a couple of issues with it. It does feel, I don't know, there are just a couple of things and I'm like, that's not a trope that I particularly like, but it was cute and had a good time reading it, which is more than what I can say for that monstrosity. Anyway, loved this. Great time. I'm gonna come back tomorrow and do a final little wrap up, and it also gives me tonight to think about some kind of ranking / point system, and the need for that will become apparent in, I don't know, a couple of months' time, I guess. But that's my little rant about this one. And I am going to go and spend the rest of the night now reading something that I actually enjoy. Don't know what that's going to be yet, but it can only go up from here, right? Hello, my friends and esteemed colleagues. Thank you for being here today for the final ranking and rating of these books. So, first things first, cannot for the life of me find where I've put my copy of Descent of the Crane. That's not even the title of the book, Descendant of the Crane. No idea where I put it. I swear it was on my bookshelf like 2 days ago and now it's not there. So love that. For me, it's definitely still in my house, but where I will probably find it this afternoon. Once I've done this, it'll just like be in the most obvious spot, and I will laugh at my stupidity. So that being said, we have my laptop here today with the rankings. We're going to talk about them and then that'll be the end of the video. So let's get into them. Okay, we are going to start from bottom to top. So basically I've decided to rank these out of 10 with Crystal Crowned by Elise Kovar. This was a DNF and therefore it is not getting a ranking because I read like 56 pages of it, and what could I possibly rank that as? I don't know. I know it's only been like 16 hours since I made the decision to DNF this, but I have not looked back on that decision yet. So I think that's a good sign that I'm probably not going to come back to this. Probably not. Like, let's be honest. Probably not going to do it. But there we are. It is done. The series is done. and yeah, I just don't think it's gonna be something I cycle. I don't think it's gonna be something I circle back around to, but I did it, I tried, and therefore you cannot criticize me. Okay, next one. Nope, that's the wrong book. Is A Lady for a Duke by Alexis Hall. I decided to give this a 6. I gave it a 3-star rating in terms of, you know, my normal rating. I should say that this rating is just for these videos, and yeah, I'll talk about more about that later in this project. So yeah, it's a 6. I think it is kind of middle of the road for me. It was okay. I enjoyed parts of it and didn't enjoy other parts. I didn't at any point consider DNFing it. Like, I made it through the whole thing, so that's a good sign, because if I had really hated it, I would have given up on it. So yeah, I think it's just kind of middle of the road for me, and there we are. Okay, next one, Honey and Issues, Guide to Fake Dating. I gave this one a 7.5. I didn't really talk too much about this one in the last clip because I was too busy ranting about Crystal Crowned. But for the most part, I really enjoyed this. I think the only thing that I didn't completely love is the fact that basically I think it's, yeah, Issue doesn't have like any friends, like, at all, and Honey's friends suck. And I like to see good friendships, good female friendships in YA and in every other genre where possible, and it just kind of made me sad that there wasn't anything like that. And I know that that is realistic, you know, like, I don't know, it's teenagers, we're all a bit shitty, aren't we? And maybe we aren't the best kind of, we're not the best friends we could possibly be. But I was just sad that neither of them really had any friends. And I think that was, from memory, kind of the same in her last book, The Henna Wars. I feel like they didn't really have any friends either, like, and if they did, they weren't really great friends / people. I don't know. That was really the only thing I didn't like about this one. So yeah, I gave it a 7.5. And I just wish that there'd been more of that, and maybe, yeah, I think that's it. I don't know. I feel like there's something else that I just don't really know what it is. And then that leaves Descendant of the Crane. I was super nervous about this one because I haven't heard the best things, but I ended up giving this an 8. I had a really good time reading this. It is very slow, very political, but it was a vibe and I had a good time. I really, really enjoyed it. And I'm really excited to read some more from Joan He in the future. I know Meredith hadn't read this one, but had read her other 2. I have one of them on my shelves already, so I feel like I might, well, I know I'm going to be picking up her new one for something related to our Ko-Fi for Illustrated Book Club, which is always linked below. If you are interested in seeing Mel, Lana and I do stuff, you can join down below. And yes, we'll be talking about Joan He soon, which is very exciting. But those are the 4. So adding all of those scores together, and of course Crystal Crowned is essentially a 0, that is 21.5. Now the question is, can I remember how to work out an average? I dropped out of maths in year 11. I think it's just that. Yeah, I think that means my average is about 7.1. So 7. My average rating is 7. Let's just go with that, which I think is good. Probably should have worked that out before, but anyway, here we are. Yeah, that's it. All of this rating will become relevant soon, I promise. But for today, that is the end of this vlog and the end of my first I let my friends pick my TBR vlogs. Thank you so much, Meredith, for picking these for me, even though I didn't completely love them. I still had a good time doing this for the most part. You are still my favorite cherub, and yeah, that's it. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye.